Wow. Guys, I don't tire. I am tired. Chelsea is an absolute shambles right now. Chelsea FC is just an absolute shambles, a total disgrace right now of a football club. The way that they're just playing. I mean, today's performance was an absolute disgrace against Arsenal away at Emirates, knowing that just get anything out of that game, and that just all but pretty much puts a nail. It might not be the final nail, but it might have been the second to the last nail in Arsenal's title hopes. But what happened? Our boys showed up without any clue. Lampard, as usual, on the sideline lines without any clue, and they basically played like a team that had no idea of what their plan was for the day. It was just as if you just picked 11 players and gave them blue shirts and say, guys, just go on the field. Just stay in your half. Don't cross, the half field, and just stay in your half and just try and just kind of stand there, almost like your training cones, the good old orange training cones. That's basically what Chelsea FC was definitely in the first half. We were just there, man. We were just there, and we might as well not have even been there. That's how bad it was. No plan, no idea, no awareness of the players in terms of what's happening around them. They just got caught out twice, not once but twice, with the exact same movement, the exact same easy and obvious square pass into our box, and the player coming making an off the run move into our box, and I'm talking about Odegaard. Okay, it was obvious, and it was just an easy deal to pick up. It's just an easy. The first one, Kovacic, just be alert and be. I mean, like he actually saw him. Just because since you have decided to set up your stalls, Kovacic should have just identified his man, because Chilwell was never going to go after him. That was not Chilwell's man. That was Kovacic's man. Just keep your eyes on the man while you're keeping your eyes on the obvious cross, because that's the only ball that's going to come in was going to be a cross. You're not going to tell me, Kovac, that you were surprised that the ball that came in was a cross on the first goal. So how you not at least, okay, if you're not going to mark the man, well then mark the space, the obvious space to cut out the low cross, and it just pretty much eluded all sorts of blue shirts, about 4 or 5 blue shirts along the way before Odegaard crashed into it with his left foot, 1-0 within like was it like 4 or 5 minutes later. I mean, honestly, I just lost our count of consciousness of the time, because things were happening fast at a while, too fast for me to even care as a Chelsea fan, because it was just a total embarrassment. I mean, but like in maybe another 10 minutes later, the exact same play, copy and paste. That's what Arsenal were doing. Copy and paste. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing, anything that Chelsea has not seen before. It's not something that Aspilicueta hasn't seen before in his life. Why all of a sudden, nothing that Kante and Kovacic haven't seen before, but all of a sudden, they use the exact same move, exact same play, training ground stuff. But this time, I believe it was Raheem was the person on the on that was supposed to pick up uh, Odegaard, and that's just all it is. It's just simple awareness of, okay, where am I on the field, okay, and who is my man, right? It's just as simple as that. You're playing zone. You're not playing man to man. So when you're in the box, is zone, is guys, is zone, and it's just all about looking and being aware of what's going to happen. The ball that's going to come into the box and make that move to cut the obvious pass. This is normal, elementary stuff. Or if you're not gonna, if you feel like you cannot get to the ball, then you have to get closer to your man. It's just that simple. So that way, if the ball gets to your man, at least you're right there to at least make it difficult for your man to have a clean shot on target. It's just simple. It's just simple stuff. So, but I don't know what they're obviously playing like players who haven't been coached, who haven't been trained, who are just sort of scratching their heads to determine, okay, where are we supposed to go, who's supposed to do what next. It was just all just comical. It was just comical. And I know we're all gonna blame one player or another, but the reality is, with in a well coached environment, with a proper managed environment in terms of coaching, these same set of players are going to deliver a better result. Even in this particular game, as bad as we were, the points were there to be had. That's the funny thing. As bad as we were, the points were there to be had, because, and the reason why I actually say that, because we did not really make any efforts, any significant efforts to actually play in the first half. Where were the efforts being made? There just weren't any. And so it wasn't as good or whatever, awesome, if you want to call it, as Arsenal looked. It wasn't due to, and Arsenal is, don't get me wrong, there's a reason why they are currently on top of the league. Arsenal is a very top team. This is what I expected Arsenal to do, right? You know what they're going to do. They're a well gelled team. Yeah, they may have had some issues, over the last 4 games, but apart from the City game, they've been, scoring goals at will. There's nothing wrong in terms of their creativity and scoring goals. But what I'm trying to say is that a well-coached team could have done much better than we did in the first half to address whatever it was that Arsenal was actually throwing at us. And that's all I'm saying. It's nothing. It's not rocket, science. It's not rocket science. And this team right now is just a team that pretty much they're not even coached. That's the worst part. As bad as Potter, as bad as we felt that the results were under Potter. At least they were actually playing. There was a resemblance of football. But this right here, right now, there's just nothing. There's nothing, and that's why, rightfully so, pretty much everybody, and there's no sane person that's going to vote, that's going to bet that Chelsea's going to get 1 point from the remaining games, and that includes games against Bournemouth, which is our next game, and games against Nottingham, Forest. So that tells you all how bad things are. Things are just terrible, awfully bad right now. Awfully bad. And it's because right now there's just no, Frank Lampard he never was good enough as a manager. But even the worst managers can generally eke out results if they have players that are playing for them. And right now, Frank Lampard, as bad as he is, he's even way worse because the players are not playing for him. Because why? He's a lame duck, manager. They all know that guy. You're not going to be here for too long. It's only a matter of just a few more games, and we're going to be waving you, bye bye. So that's part of the reason. It's sad because professionals should at least be professional regardless of who the manager is. But that's not what we are seeing. And for me, that is an embarrassment on the players, right? Notwithstanding the fact that Frank Lampard is awful as a manager. And yes, Todd B, I'm not gonna leave you out. You jump-started this whole madness by prematurely, firing, Tuchel. That was basically you basically fired the whole staff, and then you then later fired, Tuchel, and that's why this whole ship is just shaking right now. It's just shaking. So a lot has to happen. A lot has to happen. Whomever I said it after the last game. By now, Todd Boehly, you all should have already have hired the next manager, whether it's Pochettino or whomever it is. You all should have had that and made the announcement, so that at least the players know that okay, that the next boss is watching us on right now, and who knows? I mean, that might have helped out. I don't know, but what I'm saying is when you haven't hired the next guy, then we're neither here nor there. Frank Lampard is obviously a lame duck manager, and the players are not running for him. They're not doing anything for him, and it's just like pathetic right now. So guys, how do y'all feel? I know y'all feel worse than I do. Yeah, just subscribe. Take care, and God bless you all. Peace.